Hey folks, Ryan Wilson here from Predator. What we've got here is probably one of the most exciting Hummers that I've ever driven. Probably one of the coolest trucks that we've ever built out of the Predator factory. Starting off, it's a Humvee. So it's a ex-military 1987 M998 Humvee. And we did a retransplant with the engine, dropped in a Duramax engine with the Allison 6B tranny, selectable 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive transfer case. That gives you a lot of selectability, a lot of options. Putting out about 500 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque approximately, and with a truck like this weighing in at 58 to 6,000 pounds, it is smoking fast. And I'll take you for a test drive in just a minute here. Up front, we've got a custom super winch. This baby's a 16,000 pound winch. Our D-ring brush guard, air scoop. Coming over here, kind of one of the most unique things that you see here is the paint finish. It's kind of a bed liner, polyurethane, kind of a rhino lining finish on the outside. The whole outside and inside of the truck is finished off like this, so it's rough, it's tough. You can take it out, beat it up, throw it in mud, hose it off, and it's ready to go. But you also notice here, we've got a full exoskeleton. This truck is designed for off-road use. Exoskeleton attaches on here, on these rock skids. Comes up here, all the way around, fully caged out, braced up in the center, in the back. Custom lights up in the front. I mean, this is just ton of light, way too much light, but just amazing. 40-inch tires over here, and these are the new Wrangler Kevlar tires. Coming back here, these are brand new Recaro design seats. They built up these seats, custom seats, just for this application, this truck. So we are the first ones to have these Recaro seats in this truck. So look for the Recaros coming out in some of the other vehicles here shortly, and the other H1s. We'll have a kit out together with all those here shortly. Coming back here, you can see the restraint system, 5-point M-safe system. This is stuff that's used like in the F-16 fighter pilots. Primarily this is aviation grade seat belts right here. We've got the full roll cage again that comes back here, exoskeleton, more lights up here in the corner, so it gives you a ton of light output off the side if you're off-roading at nighttime. Integrated in the roll cage, this handlebar for the passengers in the rear. And you can see the crossbars coming down here, back there. And then coming back here, you have some side protection. We've got our 4-inch stainless steel exhaust system, full exhaust system, 4-inch stainless steel that goes from the tailpipe all the way to the cap. I'm sorry, to the downpipe. So there's no restriction at all in this system. Coming back here, we've got our super winch in the back as well. Again, just a massive winch in the back of this truck, built in with our search and rescue rear bumper. Slant back roll cage, integrated with the tire carrier on it. V-lock rims, and then finishing it off with our offset snorkel. So it was just an amazing truck. Can't wait to take it for a test drive, so let's go. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna take you out for a test drive. This thing's just a beast. So we've got these M-safe seat belts, 5-point seat belt. This situation, I'm just gonna throw on 4, but I got the 5th seat belt down here. There's no need to run around city streets. Go ahead and start it up. There's a wait to start light. It's almost like a flash heater. It's ready to fire up. All right, so hold on. It's gonna be crazy. I wish you could feel the raw power that's in this truck. You gotta be so careful. And you're sideways, you're all over the place. It is friggin' nuts. Look, it's starting to shake here. It's that much fun. Like walk on you, you gotta back out of the power. It just amount of power out of this thing. 6-speed transmission, so it gets up there and it kicks down into that 6th gear, and you're just sipping fuel going down the road. Running 2,000 RPM or so. So I'm gonna get it up to speed, let it kick into 6th gear, and see what it's like. So there's 6th gear. Just a nice cruising speed. RPM super low. Just phenomenal. When you can go across country back and forth all day long in this truck. Very reliable. I wouldn't hesitate doing it other than, you know, in rainstorms or something like that, but otherwise, this thing's just a ton of fun. Just can't get enough of this thing. Okay, so we got a nice little grade coming up here. It's probably like a 5-6% grade. So I'm gonna crawl along here. See what it's like going up the hill. Recaro seats are really nice as well. I mean, really forming, comes around the side, gives you a lot of support. With this seat, the setup on the seat, with the Recaro seats and the 5-point harness, you feel very secure in this truck. You don't feel like you're going to fall out a door that's not there, but you feel safe. We also upgraded the brakes on this truck, so it stops on a dime. There's not a lot of wear. It's sideways every time you get on that throttle. It's so much fun. I can't get enough of this truck. Okay, so I got the hood open here. Looking at the Duramax engine, performance aluminum intercooler, radiator stack. This thing keeps it nice and cool all day long. You typically run 195, 200. If you're pulling a real heavy hill, heavy load, maybe 205, but that's about it. I mean, it just stays nice and cool, which is kind of unheard of on a Hummer or Humvee. That's about it. I mean, just a phenomenal engine. It's putting out about 500 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. It's got the Allison 6-speed transmission on it. We've built that up to handle that 1,000 foot-pounds of torque and 500 horsepower. Cranked up the performance just simply by a tune that we do in-house and dialed it in, so all the shift points are just precise and where they need to be on this truck. Then power goes out to the selectable 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive transfer case. So you got all those different options. Your standard Hummer or Humvee has all-wheel drive, which is 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low. Now what we do is we open that up, pushing out a couple parts, pushing out the case slightly, and that allows us to get a 2-wheel drive setting inside that transfer case. And by putting a 2-wheel drive, I mean, you can get sideways a lot easier. I know you're not supposed to, but it just makes it a lot more fun. Gives you a little bit better fuel economy. Probably not a whole lot. I think it's like a mile per gallon or so. Not a big deal there. But biggest thing is gives you a little bit more selectability out of the truck. I was on a trail once, dropped it in a 2-wheel drive on a tight turn, and powered it up a little bit, kicked the rear end around, and I didn't have to back up or do a 10-point turn around this corner. Just kind of kick the tail around, put it back into 4 low, and then right on up. So there are some other benefits on the 4-wheel drive, off-roading aspect. But that's pretty much it under the hood.